Monte Campbell, and of course, I'm filling in for Travis Thomas as he's taking his leave of absence for a little bit. Shout out my dog. We got a very special episode for you today. We got a Celtics legend. I won't waste too much of your time. 2008 NBA champion, representing Oakland, California, the judge, Leon, the show, Powe. What's up, Leon? How you doing, my guy?
Man, what's up? How you doing, man? Glad to be here, man. The judge is always on the lookout and ready to go.
Yeah. I like to get up. I like to get up the gavel. You got the gavel
Yeah,
ready. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a real judge, man. Leon,
yeah,
I've always been a huge fan of yours, man. What you did. You know, I grew up in Los Angeles, so you beat up on my Lakers back when I was a kid. I might have cried a little bit, but it's all right, man. I'm not a Laker fan anymore, so I respect you, man. I always did.
yeah.
Always did.
I appreciate that. The judge appreciate that too as well. We got a show coming out too as well, a live show with me, the judge. You know, I'm short staffed right now, but it won't happen again. My wife is out, she working and stuff, so she couldn't get my wardrobe already right like I wanted. But we're gonna come to you with a live show, man, and we're gonna present this judge program to you well as we can.
Yeah, we can't wait to see that, man. I love the judge content. I'm on your Twitter, man. It's hilarious to
Yeah.
me, bro. You got to keep us all honest, so I I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
that. Leon, speaking of keeping people honest, obviously JT and JB have been kind of disrespected by USA this season. JT not getting the opportunity to play in the games. JB not even getting the opportunity to be on the team, bro. How do you feel about those two situations?
Yeah, in two situations. Some of it is unfortunate for JB. You know, he worked hard. He wanted to be on the team. I figured he wanted to be there, and unfortunate circumstances played out. He should have been there, I thought, but that was a good pickup. They got Derek White and another one of his teammates. Is no hate there. You can't hate on that. He's a really solid player. Did a lot for us this year as well. But yeah, Jaylen Brown, I think, but deserved to be there. But I don't make those calls. And then for us, Jason Tatum for us, his playing time and everything. I thought he could have played more, but you don't want to question, Coach Kerr. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and he got rings, and so you don't want to question that too much. But I thought he could have played him a little more in certain situations because I think JT he can play 1 through 5, so you could put him in any position, and which should be beneficial to a coach.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. Kerr is obviously a championship winning coach. He knows what he's doing. Uh, I just sit there and I think, right, okay, this Serbian team has a team that's really knocking the three down, shooting the ball, you know what I mean, spreading it out. And Tatum, he's good at that on the offensive end, but he's also great at shutting that down as well. So it was a little
Yeah,
disappointing to see him sit out both of those Serbian games that he played in the Olympics and have to watch other guys. I mean, this was a guy that was the only guy on the team that was first team All NBA in 2024. The
yeah,
only guy. You know what I'm saying? So to see him be the one that's being the odd man out was a little weird. But I mean,
yeah.
I get it. Speaking of that disrespect as well, I feel like the disrespect continued. He's obviously the cover of NBA 2K that's coming out in a couple of weeks. Jason Tatum is. He is now the 8th ranked player in the entire NBA according to NBA 2K, and he's the cover athlete. So how do you feel about that?
Me personally, I think he should be ranked higher. Given the year he had, he led our whole team in points, rebounds, and assists. Did everything that's asked of him. First team All NBA. Played defense 1 through 5. Man, he did a hell of a job playing defense for the Celtics. Every time we asked him to guard the fives, he guarded them. Guard the one, he guarded them. So he was a hell of a player through our championship run. And yeah, I think he should be ranked higher. The judge, on the other hand, if I was putting it up on to the case board, and then I would say that that would may be a courtroom decision. Where I had to look at that further, I might would and see who need to be hand out judgment. And we'll see then. But for me personally, I think he should be ranked higher.
Yeah, so just so you know, Embiid, I know people were having a lot of problem with this here around Boston. Embiid was ranked fifth at a 96 overall, and Tatum was ranked eighth at a 95 overall. Do you have any issues with Embiid being ranked higher than Tatum?
I have. Well, Embiid is an MVP
Mm-hmm.
in the regular season, but he's in and out of the lineup. Sometimes he get hurt a little bit, but he's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
And but I thought for this year alone, I think Tatum should be ranked higher. Just this year alone.
Hey, and that's fair. That it's a year-to-year basis, right? You don't get a
Yeah,
ranking based off of what you did in the past. You know what I mean? Unless you missed an entire season, you might. You get ranked on
yeah,
how you play and you perform right now. And so, yeah, I agree. As a cover athlete, I feel like they gotta juice him up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They gotta
yeah.
juice him up a
They
little.
good at changing. They good at changing the ratings a little bit later.
Yeah, they definitely will. Speaking of that, now with you talked about Embiid being an MVP. With Tatum feeling the disrespect that he got from Team USA, maybe he's feeling a little disrespected by NBA 2K, even though he's the cover athlete. Do you think this will push him to being MVP of the regular season this year?
This will push him. This will push the team, and I think it's going to drive him as well, and it's going to drive the whole team because when one of your guys feel a little disrespected, we all feel disrespected. That's with my '08 team. You can't disrespect one without disrespecting all, and I think they all feel that way a little bit because they players feel that way, and so it's going to push them. It's going to push them to do better. It's going to push them to try to go for another championship. But and it's going to push them to wreak havoc on the rest of the league. And so you got an angry Tatum, an angry Boston Celtics, angry fan base, and I mean that in a good way. So people out there, please don't take it in the wrong way like y'all always do. Please stop it, okay? But I mean that in a good way. The angry fan base gonna come to the game ready to go just based off these turn of events this summer.
Yeah, they're gonna be loud. Boston is always loud. Every time I stepped in the side of TD Garden, man, those fans have been loud, 100%. So, can I get a prediction out of you, Tatum for MVP, or what are we thinking?
I can't make that prediction this early, and
Okay,
especially the judge never make a ruling without his staff and
okay,
everybody put paperwork in front of him. But what I can say is he should be in the top two-ish, top three-ish for MVP. I believe if
okay,
that his work ethic is good.
okay. And what about this? Can I get a prediction about a Celtics repeat? Is that in the cards this year?
Hey, as much as I would love a repeat, and then I know the fan base will love a repeat. A repeat is hard. See, first of all, I'm gonna tell you, a repeat is like you got to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be tough. It's everybody gonna be gunning for you now. It's not gonna be like, oh, it's the Celtics. We're gonna try to play it. No, they gonna be ready to go, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be juiced up. Just like my '08 team, they used to hand me the scouting report of a certain player, and they'd say he don't shoot threes, so you could just back up and then meet him at the rim. I was like, okay, but when I get out there, he done knocked down 3 or 4 threes on me. I'm like looking at the coaching staff. He's like, just one of those days because they playing us. And so they
Yeah.
got to be prepared for that with the other teams, and they're gonna come in there to try to take their throne, and rightfully so.
Yeah, definitely. As you know, that's probably the biggest challenge is that once you put the world on notice, everybody's going to have their best game against you. Everybody's gunning for you. You're circled on everybody's calendar. And I know the Celtics got a lot of slander last year, but the other teams in the East, especially, they're sitting there tired of hearing the fact that, oh, the East sucks. Shoot, I said it myself. You know what I mean? That the
Yeah,
East isn't very good. And that's not discrediting the Celtics. They're the best team in the league. And I think that they can repeat if they're healthy, like you said, if they are focused throughout the whole entire season, which I know is a tough thing to do after you've won one, you know what I mean? I think this team is going to be the best, but teams in the East are going to have their name circled just because, man, they're tired of hearing all the disrespect about them not being good.
yeah, they're gonna be tired of hearing it, and they're gonna want to guard Tatum, guard Brown. They're gonna want to shut them down and make their name like that, and especially show everybody that they here too. Because I know they tired of hearing that it's the only team is in the East is the Celtics.
Right.
Nobody can beat the Celtics. They gonna be tired of hearing that, so much so that they're gonna come out there and play like they hair on fire against us, and we got to be ready for it.
Yeah, 100%. So now the Celtics have obviously added a new face over the last couple of days. Lonnie Walker signed as a free agent an Exhibit 10 deal with the Celtics. I want to know from you, though, do you think Lonnie has an opportunity to become a full-time member of this team?
Yeah, I think Brad, anytime Brad pick up somebody, he don't pick up somebody just to sign them and throw them away. No, he really look at him as a legit player, and probably can help this team if everything go right. So I like what he brings to the table. He's athletic, fearless. He go in the hole, trying to take your head off, put it on the rim, and that's what we want. Tough minded players, and I think he's one of those guys. So he got a shot, but it's the NBA. Everybody is competing, and you got to be ready to go when your time is called, especially in training camp.
Yeah, I feel like he's a perfect fit for this group. He's young, he's athletic. He obviously shoots the ball well. Like you said, he's dunking on everybody. I seen that clip played all over the place the last couple of days of him dunking on Embiid and all of them dudes in the 76ers when he was with the Nets, But shooting 38%, being that athletic, not being asked to create because we know this offense is really pacing space, and he's going to get guys on closeouts, which is huge for a guy like him. He's going to have a lot of highlights if he does have the opportunity to play for the Celtics. And I think he's a willing defender. He's long, athletic. He could be a guy that Boston could really endear, in a short second, as they did with Porzingis, as they did with Drew Holiday, as they do with Peyton Pritchard. I feel like he's a hard-nosed guy that does have an opportunity to crack this lineup. I obviously asked you about this when I said, hey, okay, does he have a chance to join this team full time? But I want to know, if he does join this team full time, does he have an opportunity to actually get minutes on this team?
Yeah, it's hard to get minutes on this team. As you know, we got a lot of guards, a lot of players that's interchangeable, and it's going to be difficult to get minutes on this team. But what I tell young players and players in general when they ask me, can I get minutes on XYZ team or whatever, I tell them you got to look at the team as a whole, and you got to see what you can bring and where you can fit in, where you can contribute. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that may be the defensive end. Sometimes that means picking up full court. Sometimes that means just doing all the little dirty work that you need to do just to get on the floor because other players not doing it. So that's what he going to have to look, and he going to have to evaluate that and assess the situation, and then go in there with a winning attitude. And that's all you can ask of him. And if he get in that way, so be it.
Yeah, that's 100%. Now, I want to ask you this because it's always on the mind anytime I talk to a champion about another championship team, especially a team that you played for, right? So you won a championship here in Boston with the Celtics in '08. I want to know, if you had to play a 7-game series against the 2024 Celtics, who's coming out on top? The people want to know. Bang that gavel. Let us know.
Yeah. Look, the judge is on this one. And I don't need no paperwork to tell anybody anything about this. Okay? So my 2018, man, we was tough-minded. We didn't care about all that other stuff. We just was going to go out there and beat you. And if we scored 70 points, damn sure you're going to have 60 points. And that's our mindset. That was our mindset coming into the game, and that was our mindset leaving the game. Yep. And when we seen another team, especially with talented players, we wanted to get on those players and take away what they do best, make them do something else, and so they can contribute to the team, but something else that they don't want to do. And we always did that. And so what I think, this team is good. The 24 team is really good. They're really good at spreading you out, shooting threes and everything. And they can go to the basket. Had a couple post-ups here and there with Porzingis because he's tall too as well. Mm-hmm. But all in all that being said, I got to give it to my squad. I think we just a little tougher.
Can you give me like a game score prediction? What are we talking? 6 games, 7 games, 4? Is a sweep?
I'm not going to do that. I think it'll go about 6. I think it'll go 6.
6?
Yeah, I think it'll go 6.
I can
6,
see that.
That's 6. If we all on the same page. We all got everything. We know what we need to do. 6 games. And if we out in the club partying a little too much because we taking them lightly, it'll go 7. That's what we did to Atlanta. Big Al know that. We did that in Atlanta, and it went 7. We We was mad about that, but we corrected that. Okay.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man. You got it. You got it done. You finished the mission. All right. All right. Now I want to ask you about some of the moments that you had in your career. Obviously, during that championship run in '08, you had a big game in Game 2 against the Lakers. Really kind of put that, that series on notice, make the Lakers know, like, hey, we're here. We're really about this. We're about to win. After the game, Phil Jackson, he called you Leon Powe. And one of my boys who I text about, I was like, yo, I got Leon. He's coming in today. You got any questions you want me to ask him? He's like, yeah, you got to ask him about the time Phil called him Leon Powe. So what did you think about that, bro?
Yeah, I had like 1 million text messages, man. And when I looked at the messages, everybody's congratulating. I was like, hey, man, appreciate, man. Hey, you got that game for us. Cool. I was like, yeah. And I got all the way down to like the 100, 200 text messages like, Leon Powell. I was what are you, he emphasized it. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And they said, turn on the news. And I looked at it and he said, and Phil Jackson called me Powell. I was like, oh, I get it. I know what Zen doing. Zen ain't, he tricky. Zen is tricky. That's Phil Jackson. He a little tricky. He'll get in your head. Just like Jason Kidd tried to do with our players this year. He tried to get in our head. Yeah. Because that was the only way he was going to beat us. He tried to get in our head, but it wasn't going to work. And so what I did was I was like, oh, I know what he did because I watch, I watch basketball all the time. Mm-hmm. I watch those Lakers championships. I watch the Bulls as well. And I know he used to always try to get in other players' head, his players' head. And I didn't take it personal, but I see why he did that because I did shoot more free throws than his whole team. And that was – yeah, he was upset. And I told Phil, I thought he was gonna let it go. I thought it was just something he was gonna let go. And we was living. I was living in this beach house, and I seen Phil coming out. I didn't know if he was staying there or he rented it. And I waved at Phil. I was like, Phil, remember me? It's me, Leon. Phil, he looked at me and turned the other way. I'm like, you still mad, Phil? You got way more rings than me. I know I shot more free throws than your whole team. Okay, I know I did, but it wasn't my fault. I was ready to go. That's it. I ate my Frosted Flakes and was ready to go. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Leon, he probably is mad, but when you're a 13-time NBA champion, player and coach, combined, you got to do anything to get an edge. You know what I mean? To win another one, and that's what Phil always tried to do: win another one. You know what I'm saying? Win another one. All right, man. So. Over your career, you've played with a lot of dudes. We showed clips of KG playing ones. I've seen Tatum play ones, always looking great. Who was the best one-on-one player that you played with in your entire career?
The best one-on-one player that I played with?
Yeah.
Probably I would have to say Paul Pierce.
Okay.
I probably would have to say Paul Pierce because I always tried to guard him in practice too as well because I didn't think, he didn't move fast, but he did all his moves and he got open all the time. And I wondered how he get open all the time. And it was a lesson. So I told Coach, I said, look, let me guard him. And Coach said, all right, you got him, Leon. I was like, oh, it's on today. Come on, P, I got you. You ain't getting nothing today. And so I ran around with him on screens and everything. Then he just caught it, cleared it out. He did one simple move, side step, up fake. I went for it. He stepped through, shot the ball, went in. And he came back and told me, like, it ain't about how fast you move. It's about being the smartest player out there and making sure you understand what moves you're trying to get to against certain players. And I thought that was big because that means he took his time and he was like ahead of the game when he had the ball in his hand. He knew what he was going to do before I knew what he was going to do. And that was the correct move. Now, the player I played against was Allen Iverson. I thought I can get him too. And he put me on an island. And I was like, nah, it ain't what it is. I'm from Oakland. This is how we get down.
Yeah.
And this is how we get into it. I ain't having none of that today. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the judge back then, but we wasn't having none of that. And then he got it. He cleared it out. Boom, boom, crossover. Snatch back, then cross back over again. I was done. I was already at half court. He was backpedaling. The ball was in the air. It went in. He tapped me on the leg. Hey, young fella, try a little harder next time. I was like, It's just one of those ones you just can't do nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Iverson was so cold, man, and so was Pierce.
Yeah,
Obviously, us
yeah,
California boys showing out here in Boston. And if you want to
yeah.
hear more about some Boston sports takes, daily sports, you got to check out Boston has entered the chat. Of course, we have it here on Nesson. You can watch it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or wherever you get your audio podcast. You can listen to it. You can also follow us on Nesson at Nesson on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, man. We're all over the place. All right. I got to ask you this, Leon, okay?
Yeah.
You had that game winner against Minnesota. I'm going to ask you how you feel about it. But before I ask you how you felt about that game winner, I got to ask you. I seen a video of it today. I was watching it over today, and you and Eddie House go up for like a chest bump, but then Eddie gets scared. And he like turns it into a high five. He jumps out the way. What was up with that?
It was not good. So what happened was Ray Allen pulled me to the side. He said, young fella, man, you never hit a game winner before, honey. And I know I didn't. He said, because I could tell y'all you didn't know what to do afterwards. You was just running around like it was a championship game or something. I was like, and you and Eddie House didn't miss the high five and everything. I was like, I know. So what happened was, I hit the game winner, and I was just trying to make sure the time was good, and then I thought it was good, so I'm running around all crazy with my hands up. Yeah. Me and E House, we jumped in the air, then we both got scared. I think we both was like, uh-oh, I don't want to get hurt, and we try to get out the way of each other, and it didn't work. It just looked bad, and that's when Ray Allen said, man, hey, young fella, we got to teach you some celebration because you don't have none. See, if you Oakland, California, y'all don't know how to celebrate. I was like, nah, we don't celebrate with mean mug. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
That is true. I've been around y'all Oakland dudes. Y'all do just mean mug. Yeah. Especially, I got some friends from West Oakland. Them West Oakland dudes, they don't play about that. But how did that feel, man? To hit your first game winner in Minnesota, man. You got an opportunity. Somebody smoked the lay. You got the rebound, put it right back. What did that feel like, man, having a game winner in the league?
It felt great, but it goes back to how I used to work out and how I used to train. You never give up on a play. I tell young people that all the time. Don't ever give up. Don't ever assume your teammate is going to make the layup. Don't assume nothing out there. You go for every rebound, every miss, everything. You go for it, and you play all out. And that's what I did because I seen him going in for the lay, and I was like, oh, he got it. And then that kicked in and said, no, you never say that. You still go and you crash hard to see if you can get it, the opportunity, if he missed. And it's the NBA, they rarely miss those layups. But fortunately, he missed, and then I was there to put it back for the game winner, which was good. It felt good. I had a lot of people calling me too as well. You just had to work on the celebration. It wasn't good at all.
Yeah, is that one of those situations where you got to turn your phone off for a little bit to get back to people a couple of days later?
Yeah. I had a lot of people hit me. Yeah, had to turn it off a little bit, and then just try to get back the next day. And just try to answer as much as possible, as much as I can. But yeah, it was a fun moment. My family was happy. And they called me and was like, see how you used to work out? It paid off because you never give up on plays, which I never do.
Yeah, you're the oldest of 7. I got to ask, which sibling was the most excited about that game winner?
You said who?
Sibling.
Oh, it was my extended family, and then my little brother too as well, Tim. But my extended family, B Ward, Little B, all of them, they was juiced. They was juiced up, and my brother too as well, Tim. He was juiced up as well. Sure. It was all like a family affair, man.
For sure. All right, man. So you talk about your little brother. You got to have some little brothers around the league. Who are some of the young guys that you see yourself in a little bit and that you're rooting for?
I root for all the young guys, man. I want all of them to do good because, I got appreciation for this game, what it did for me, and then how I'm carrying on and teaching others and also giving advice as well. Valuable advice to these young guys, man, and they got valuable opportunities out here today. It's crazy amount of opportunities out here for them if they work hard and really fight for what they believe in on the basketball and off as well. And so one of the players, though, I did see myself a little bit. It's kind of a mix of both. A little bit of Julius Randle, a little bit of Karl Anthony Towns because of the size and growth of him, and then Jared Jackson Jr. And I say that because Julius Randle, man, he don't give up on nothing. He go after the ball. He tough, strong down there. He might not be as young as all of them, but he's one of those players that is tough minded, tough nosed, have my mentality. And then Karl Anthony Towns, he's skilled, very skilled, but big. He can do left hand, right hand jump hooks. He can shoot the three as well. And Jared Jackson Jr., he's shot blocking. He like defense. So a little bit of combination of that because I really love playing defense, really love getting after it, really love competition, and didn't want nobody to outdo me and outperform me. And I did want to shoot threes. I know what everybody gonna ask, Leon, you didn't shoot threes. This is for the judge. The judge is gonna decide today what I was gonna do. I should have been able to shoot threes, but Doc Rivers didn't let me. I made 25 out of 30 when I had Ray Allen throw me the ball back. Ray Allen can attest to that. And then Doc Rivers gonna stand his butt up, start clapping. He started clapping, and then he told me if I shoot that again, if I shoot that in the game, I'm gonna be sitting next to him. So I'm like, what's going on, man? I showed you I could shoot it. So that's why I put him in there, and I know all of them can shoot threes.
Oh man,
because I can too.
You were just a little too early to the game, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You was just a little too early because guys your height, 6'8", 240, they got to shoot the three now. You don't got a choice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They got to shoot the three.
Yeah, you got to shoot it. Yeah, Leon. So I wanted to ask you, bro, about, I don't know if you saw it, but I definitely saw it. We obviously have some music going on in the NBA. Lance Stevenson posted a song on TikTok with a music video, and JB obviously had a song that came out like last week. How do you feel about those guys and their music?
I feel like I like those guys, first of all. And their music, I heard some of it. I heard JB's. I heard a few players' music, and it sound okay. It sound okay, but we need to, we don't want them to quit their day job. Just put it like that. We don't want them to do that. And that's judge's rule. Judge's rule: do not quit your day job. But yeah, some of the stuff sounds good. Some of the stuff sounds okay. I give them okay.
Do you like any other NBA guys, either former like Shaq and AI or current, like you got Victor Oladipo or Damian Lillard's music?
Yeah. The other ones I listened to, Shaq, I heard Kobe, I heard Dame. Dame is town business, so I heard his for sure. And Dame he sounded the best probably out of all of them. Shaq actually, I think, did the best out of all of them for his record sales and things like that, selling music. But yeah, so I like all those guys, but yeah, I think Dame is one of the best ones I heard.
Yeah, Beidou. So who was in your music rotation back when you were winning championships for the Celtics back in the day, man?
Yeah, I had a lot of Bay guys. First of all, my man Mr. Fab, Too Short, E40. Yep. We had a lot of those rotations, but also Tupac was the main dude for me. Just because I related to his struggle and what he came up, how he came up, and then what he was talking about in his music on some of the good songs he had, a lot of the good songs he had, talking about some good stuff, and really trying to get a fan some knowledge when you listen to him. And that's what I respect about him. The song that I always hold dear to my heart was Dear Mama. And people don't know my story. I lost my mom a while ago, but I always played that one before every game, and then I calmed down a little bit, and then went out there and go out there and play. But it was Tupac for sure.
Yeah, man. Respect to you and your mom and your family, man. Obviously Beidou. I know a lot about that Bay stuff. Y'all always popping, man. Bay's always doing a lot of big things. They got the dances, you know what I'm saying?
You got all that, man.
That yada that mean, go crazy. Yep. All of that, man. But all right, bro. Look, we gotta switch it over and play a game. There's a game called Stop Me Win. So I want you to stop me when you hear a player better than Jason Tatum. And you already know there's gonna be a name on the list that you probably don't want me to ask about, but I got you got to stop me if you hear a player that's better. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Brandon Ingram. Okay. Kawhi Leonard. All right. Jimmy Butler. He's quiet. Okay. What about Victor Wembanyama?
Hold up. Hold up. I don't. The man is seven. I think he about 7'8". So
Not 7'8", bro.
Almost 7'5", whatever he is. If you had your pick, I believe a lot of people would take him right now, but JB got the JT got the accolades and things like that, so we got the championship. Mm-hmm. But I'm still go with JT because he got that ring.
Okay, what about Anthony Edwards? He's staying quiet. Wow. Okay, the name that I knew is gonna come up, Jaylen Brown.
Stop!
Finals MVP.
Just stop it right here. See, Woo. I see what you did. This is the one for the judge. This is the one for the judge to handle. You know what I'm saying? So these two players, they do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of stuff for the team. Both of these players are really great players, man, right now, especially with them having a championship under their belt. JB is a finals MVP. And JT led the team in scoring, rebounding, and assists as well. So that in the same year. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to argue for one or the other. They both good together because we only seen it probably 1 year when they didn't have each other.
Right.
And that was when JB was young. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much that was like his first year.
Yep.
And so I can't count that. So until I see one of them separated, I don't know when that will be. I hope they never get separated.
Yep.
And then see what they do when they own, and then that's when I can make a ruling. But right now, the court rests.
Okay, we'll give you a pass on that one. We'll skip that one. All right. What about this guy, Paul Pierce?
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it. I played with Paul Pierce. I know his work ethic, and not saying JT work ethic, and his work ethic is crazy too. But I have to roll with my guy, man. I have to roll with my guy, Paul Pierce. Just being on the court with him, seeing how he handled these pressure situations. I'm telling you, people don't give him enough credit. Paul Pierce was one of the clutchest players in NBA history when it came down to it. And people they don't talk about this as much. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. When you can tell a player where you're going in a crucial situation and then point to it and then go there and still hit the shot, come on, man. I got to go with my guy.
The truth. The truth. All right.
The truth will set you free.
The truth.
Everybody should know that.
As always, I have to finish out the list just so you can hear it and tell me how you feel. Anytime I bring up a player who's currently in the NBA, this is based off of how they're currently playing, not their peak, okay? Former players get the luxury of doing peak. Current players, It's how you are right now. Kevin Durant. He's staying quiet. LeBron James. He's staying quiet. Wow. Okay. Larry Bird.
Hold it. Okay. I seen Larry Bird, all these tapes and everything. I know how he was a killer back then, and in a good way. And I know that. He was one of the clutchest players too as well. Since I haven't seen as much as I've seen JT, you know what I'm saying? But I know he's a 3-time champion. He's a 3-time champion, and he got MVPs to go along with that as well.
Yep.
He may be 4. I'm right. He's 3-time, right? He's a 3-time champion.
Yep.
Yeah. So he got, and I think he was the last one that won 3 MVPs in a row.
He had to have been.
He was one of the last ones. I think he was one of them that won 3 in the last one. I think it was the last one that won 3 MVPs in a row. One of them. So I'm gonna go with Larry Bird.
Okay, that's it. That's the list, man. That's the list. So I respect it. I respect your decisions. I was a little worried about that LeBron take. I don't know if people are going to agree with that one in the comments, but that's up to you. All right.
They're not going to agree with that, but I agree with it.
Yeah,
I've seen it up close.
Hey, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. You're entitled to it. All right. All right. I want to
Yeah.
ask you about this. So we do this thing where we preview NBA teams as we're getting ready for the 2024-2025 NBA season. We've been going throughout the Pacific Division, and now we're falling on the Warriors and Stephen Curry. Now, today, as we're recording this, Steph Curry has agreed to a massive 1-year extension with the Warriors of $62.6 million. For that 1 year, it will extend him through 2026, 2027 season, basically until Steph is 39 years old. How do you feel about the Warriors' upcoming season?
But the Warriors, they got a tough upcoming season coming up because they got to figure the direction they want to go in and how they want to go moving forward. Because I believe they lost Klay Thompson. That's one of their staple players. And when you lose a player like that, it's not just you losing just one player. That was a player that was part of your culture. And you lose that, sometimes it's a shock to the team when they first get out there and really try to gather themselves and start to play. See, they haven't played any games yet. I wanted to see those first few games to see how they play without Klay and how the players react to it. So they're gonna have a tough one. And to get back in contention for a championship, I think it still moves to be made, maybe.
Yeah, I would agree. There probably are still moves to be made. They replaced Klay with probably a more consistent shooter, I would say, at least right now, with Buddy Hield. But like you said, it's about culture. Buddy Hield doesn't understand Warriors culture, you know what I mean? And he has to come in and fit in with this team. This team already knew how everybody played with Klay. Now this guy, other guys, they're going to see Klay's out. They're going to be like, oh, that's more opportunities for me to get shots. You know what I mean? For me to carve out my way. If you don't think Brandon Potts is going to sit there and say, oh, Klay's gone, I got to go get me, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? So guys got to figure out how to do that and still play with Steph Curry. He's got to find a way to lead a younger group of guys because their team is going to be younger with Klay stepping out, like you said. It's definitely going to be interesting to watch them. I think they're probably going to fall into a similar space where they were last season, probably in that play-in-ville, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to know, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Steph possibly leaving. Maybe that's quieted it now because he's obviously signed this extension. Do you think that this team will put together a contender? Because I don't see them as a contender right now, but before Steph either retires or he decides to leave?
My personal opinion, I believe they will try one last time to put together a contender. I don't know how patient Steph is. I don't know him like that. But, usually players give you, that little grace period to see if you can do something. And then if they fall too far behind, that's when they start getting fed up a little bit and start to get a little anxious. So I think they're gonna try one more time. I don't know who they're gonna go get. I don't know none of that, but they're gonna at least try and see where the chips fall. But it's gonna be hard to do that in this salary with the salary cap and all that stuff. It's gonna be hard to do it, but you just gonna have to try because you got Steph. You don't want to make him mad and have him upset. If you got Steph on the team and you're willing to keep Steph, that means you willing to try to go for everything and win the championship.
Yeah, obviously you're a Bay dude, went to Cal, Berkeley.
Yeah.
Did you grow up a Warriors fan?
Yeah. I grew up a Warriors fan, and I love the Sacramento Kings too as well because Chris Webber used to always pull me to the side and talk to me as well about the importance of being a pro and importance of handling yourself on and off the court. So I always respected the Kings and Chris Webber, but yeah, it was the Warriors for life for sure.
Respect. All right, we got to preview just one more team. The Portland Trailblazers. We're starting out the Northwest Division. Obviously, this team won 21 games last season. They have some injuries last year to guys, and they're hoping to be a little bit better. Do you think this team will have more than 21 wins in this season in the West?
It's tough. It's going to be tough. I think they can. I think they can have more than 21 wins, but everybody got to be healthy. And if everybody's healthy, all the young guys, everybody stay healthy for the whole year, I think they can have more than 21. I wouldn't give him I somewhere in between 25 and 30, something like that.
You're right there where I'm at. I think adding Shadon and hopefully Shadon Sharp can stay healthy for them throughout this year. Re-adding Anthony Simons can definitely
Yeah.
help them out, and hopefully he can stay healthy throughout this year and get to like that 25-30 range as well. Obviously, they had a rookie last year that they took really, really high, Scoot Henderson. He made a jump towards the end of the season. A lot of people were out on him because in the first half of the season, he was a rookie. He struggled, right? Rookie guards have that tough transition into the league, especially when you're asked to do a lot, when you expected Dame to be there to help you, and that changed very quickly, So do you think he'll take another big jump this season?
I think he will take another big jump, actually, because everybody was down on him. But it takes a rookie to get acclimated to the game, the speed of the game, the players, where his spot's at, what the coach want him to do. It's all a lot to take in for a rookie. And I think right now, he settled in late in the year and found his niche, found his rhythm, and I think he will carry that on into next year, this up and coming season.
Yeah, they also have another highly touted rookie that they drafted this year from this area, playing from New England, UConn center, now Portland Trailblazer center, Donovan Clingan. Do you think he has a chance at winning Rookie of the Year?
I think he got a shot. It just depends. The bigs right now, too, as well, they really don't get a lot of recognition for what they do in this day and age. But, you got people like Embiid and the Joker out there putting in good work. So that's always helping. But yeah, I think he could possibly get it, but it's going to be a difficult road.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be difficult. I personally have his former teammate Stephon Castle as my vote for Rookie of the Year before the season started. We haven't seen nothing yet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to go, but, I think he's probably going to have a good chance to win Rookie of the Year. Do you have a guy that you're kind of leaning towards early before the season starts?
I just want to right now. I don't have nobody right now. I just want to see everybody play because a lot of players got drafted out of the French over there from the France and stuff, and so I wanted to see those players to see how they do because I'm a big Wemby fan. But I just want to see them how they play and how they get acclimated to the teams, and then all the other rookies as well. Because I don't believe we had like one well-known solidified rookie this year, coming out. But I want to see what they all do.
Yeah, exciting. I have to ask you one more thing about a coach before we get out of here, okay? So you're a Cal dude. I have to ask you, of course, about their head coach, Mad Dog Mark Madsen. Obviously, you're loyal to your Celtics, right? He was a former Lakers champion. You're loyal to Cal. He was a former Stanford Cardinal. How do you feel about Mark Madsen leading your Berkeley team, man?
Yeah, I went over here. The Judge Powe over here. I had to go pay a visit to old Mark over there. I had to make sure we was okay. I had to get on the right foot. I know he went to Stanford, so we had to get that out the way early. Me and him get it out the way early, and then we had to get down to business. Once we got to Stanford, the Cal out the way, the little rivalry going on, we was like, it's okay. We put that under the bridge, water under the bridge. Then I had to say, you know what? You was a Laker too. Let's just get that out the way too. So we had a couple things we had to do, but I came to his press conference, talked to him, man. He's a cool dude. Fired up about coaching these players, getting them going, and really getting to work with these guys and trying to put his niche and his imprint on this game. That we play, especially in the college basketball landscape. And I think he's going to do a heck of a job. He's already starting to turn it around a little bit. You see it little by little. And that's all you want from a coach, especially taking over a team like that where they didn't win a lot. And so you want to just build it little by little and stick with him and then see what he can do when he gets all the necessary players.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm excited to watch more Cal basketball. Mark Madsen has done a fantastic job. No question about that. I just have to see, because I know you got a little beef there, maybe.
Yeah, I told him when I went and seen him, I told him the judge don't want to see no more dancing. I don't want to see it. I said, Coach, I don't want to see it, Mark. Don't do it. I will come back.
All right,
my
that's
order.
that's it for me and the Celtics legend Leon Powe. Leon, I appreciate you for coming and hanging with me on this episode of Hold My Banner. You guys got to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Follow Nesson at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, wherever else, man. We're all over the place. That's it for us here on Hold My Banner. I'm Ante Campbell. Thanks for watching. Deuces.
Appreciate it.